Contrary to popular belief, many Olympic athletes aren't exactly raking in the dough, but some superstars do still wind up with lucrative sponsorships and money-making opportunities in the wake of their athletic accomplishments. These are the Olympic athletes who live insanely lavish lives. Caitlyn Jenner is one of the most famous Olympic athletes of all time. The decathlete brought home the gold in 1976 and parlayed that stunning win into a career in sportscasting, speaking, writing, and eventually starring on reality television. Not surprisingly, this earned Jenner quite the pretty penny, as she has a cool net worth of $100 million, as estimated by Celebrity Net Worth. So how does Jenner spend her vast fortune? For one, she lives inside a stunning $3.5 million beachfront home in Malibu, which she opened up to viewers in an episode of MTV Cribs, who also got to spy her swanky car collection. She's also let it slip during her gubernatorial campaign that she has a private airplane hangar, and it doesn't get much fancier than that. Perhaps the most exciting basketball player to perform at the 2021 Olympics in Tokyo is Kevin Durant, baller extraordinaire in Japan for his third Olympic Games. The two-time championship MVP has earned his place among names like Michael Jordan and LeBron James when it comes to basketball greatness, and you know that provides some perks. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Durant is worth a cool $170 million. It's little wonder then that Durant has quite the real estate profile. As noted by Forbes, his million-dollar contracts have afforded him a stunning Manhattan abode that overlooks the famed High Line, among other properties in California and Oklahoma. Durant is also an investor who's pumped millions into various startups of his choosing. As for his long game, speaking to Forbes in 2019, Durant said, "I want to own and run an NBA team, run day-to-day operations, and impact young players coming through the league." With a net worth like that at the age of 32, we'd say he's well on his way. When swimmer Michael Phelps is in the water competing for yet another Olympic medal, he almost looks to be more fish than human. The decorated athlete has competed in a whopping 5 Olympic Games from 2000 through 2016 and has snagged a total of 28 medals, 23 of them gold. That renders Phelps as one of the greatest athletes of all time, and with that comes a seriously lavish lifestyle. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Phelps boasts an $80 million personal net worth. That's why the swimmer lives in a gorgeous, sprawling Arizona home that reportedly cost him $10,000 per square foot. Tennis star Naomi Osaka is easily one of the most exciting Olympic athletes of recent years, who started her journey to becoming a household name when she defeated Serena Williams at the tender age of 23. Since then, Osaka has broken barriers, faced obstacles, and become the highest-paid female athlete of all time. So where does Osaka hang her hat? She bought Nick Jonas's 4,000-square-foot home in Beverly Hills for a whopping $6.9 million in 2019. Additionally, Osaka enjoys traveling the world, posting Instagram snaps of her visits to Japan, Rome, and more. She also clearly travels in style. Of course, that's when Osaka isn't busy gracing the covers of magazines, posing with luxury cars, and appearing on TV shows. And her career's just getting started. Honestly, we love to see it. 1998 ice skating gold medalist Tara Lipinski became the youngest person to ever win an individual event at the Winter Games, and that was just the beginning of her remarkable career. After that, Lipinski launched her career in television, eventually becoming best known for her work as a commentator alongside fellow figure skater Johnny Weir. As if all of that fame and glamour wasn't enough, Lipinski has a serious amount of cash at her disposal. Celebrity Net Worth estimates that she is worth about $25 million. Certainly, that's what helped Lipinski plunk down $8.4 million in cash for a spacious 6-bedroom mansion in the Pacific Palisades in 2021. Prior to that, in 2017, Lipinski married her sweetheart in a luxurious ceremony in South Carolina. And of course, when Lipinski is on the road as a commentator, she brings an arsenal of suitcases filled with insanely stylish outfits. She refuses to be seen in the same getup twice.
For this Olympics, we have 21 total suitcases. They're all the size of Ford Focuses.
Small trucks.
Small trucks.
Seldom has there been an athlete with a name more fitting than Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the entire world. The Jamaican sprinter and 3-time Olympian made history and broke world records throughout his tenure at the Games, and he has cemented his legacy as perhaps the best runner of all time. With such greatness has also come a massive fortune for Bolt, who Forbes estimates is worth a staggering $31 million. And Bolt isn't shy about spending his well-earned riches. For one, when he needs to get around, it appears that Bolt has his very own private jet, and he's not sorry about it. Additionally, when Bolt was living abroad in Australia playing soccer, he lived in a $1 million penthouse. Fans got a glimpse of another home of Bolt's during lockdown time in 2020. Bolt showed off his home gym and even one of his fancy cars in social media posts. Oh, and don't forget the pool. Finally, Bolt's family enjoys dressing in seriously stylish finery, as per another Instagram post. Talk about living the dream. If you're a fan of the British royal family, you probably know who Zara Tindall is. She's the daughter of Princess Anne and granddaughter to Queen Elizabeth. But what you might not know about Tindall is that she's an Olympic athlete who took home a silver medal as part of the UK's equestrian eventing team in 2012. Though Tindall famously doesn't have a royal title, that doesn't mean she doesn't still live a lavish life. She's had access to horses and equestrian resources since she was a child. Today, she and her husband, Mike Tindall, live in a residence at Princess Anne's Gatcombe Park, which the Queen purchased for her daughter in 1976. Speaking of her husband, Zara Tindall married him in a super posh wedding in Scotland in 2011. And before the big day, Tindall and 19 friends enjoyed a bachelorette party at a spa in Portugal, while her counterpart spent $20,000 with his buds in Miami. All of this was after the proposal, of course, during which Mike put a $200,000 rock on Zara's hand. Simone Biles didn't have an easy road to become one of the greatest gymnasts of all time, but it's safe to say she's seen rewards for her hard work. The gymnast nabbed 5 medals, 4 of which were gold at the 2016 Olympics in Rio, and also won over the hearts of millions in the process. Clearly, Biles is a woman in the prime of her life, and she's only going to continue to go places. Along with Olympic gold, Biles also has a significant stash of personal gold. According to Celebrity Net Worth, she's worth $6 million, and we know that number is just going to continue to increase. So what does the world's most dominant gymnast do with her fortune? For one, some of it has to be going toward her home expenses, as it looks seriously gorgeous in posts on her Instagram page. Additionally, Biles flies in the swankiest class possible en route to her tournaments around the world when she's not gracing the covers of important magazines. And when she's snuggling up to her sweetie, NFL baller Jonathan Owens, Biles does so wearing matching Versace robes. They also vacation in Belize together. Talk about relationship goals. Top it all off with the fact that Biles can do things like gift her mother a brand new Mercedes, and you can start to see the full picture of her seriously lavish life. Shaun White is one of those rare athletes who makes his sport look easy. Aptly nicknamed the Flying Tomato thanks to his crimson locks, the snowboarder and skateboarder snagged 3 gold medals at 3 Olympic Games in 2006, 2010, and 2018. That's a seriously impressive feat by any measure, but considering that White was born with a congenital heart defect, it makes it all the more inspiring. Thanks to his prowess on the snowy courses of Olympics past, White is worth a cool $60 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth. That makes it a little easier to stomach the fact that he sold his beachfront house in Malibu in 2020 for a paltry $8 million, $2.75 million less than he paid for it 4 years prior. And even if you were feeling sympathetic, White sold another one of his homes in Point Dume for $11.8 million, making nearly $3 million in profit. The woman, the myth, the legend, Serena Williams is one of those Olympians whose name everyone knows. In addition to winning 4 gold medals over the course of 3 Olympics, Williams has also snagged over 20 Grand Slam titles, rendering her one of the best athletes in the world. Thanks to her talent, perseverance, hard work, and many advertising partnerships, Williams is worth a cool $41.5 million, and she has the investment portfolio to prove it. Williams has also bought shares in both the UFC and the Miami Dolphins, purchases you don't make unless you're seriously rich. As for her house, Williams' primary residence after splitting time in places like Paris and Bel Air is her stunning 14,500 square foot waterfront dream home north of Miami, Florida. Williams shares the luxurious property with her husband, Reddit founder Alexis Ohanian, and their daughter. Speaking of Ohanian, Williams wed the tech juggernaut in 2017 in a lavish ceremony fit for a queen. On her big day, Williams wore an Alexander McQueen dress and designer accessories that totaled $3.5 million to say "I do," followed by 2 different Versace dresses. If you were a fan of watching the Winter Olympics in the 80s and 90s, you surely remember Brian Boitano for his incredible skating routines, including the performances that won him the gold medal in 1988. As the Olympic gold can do for athletes, his notoriety from his performances at the Olympics made Boitano incredibly rich and famous, to the tune of an $18 million net worth as noted by Celebrity Net Worth. That's why, unlike so many folks, Boitano has a beautiful home in San Francisco that boasts a view of the famed Alcatraz Island, as well as the Bay's iconic bridges. The median home price in the area is nearly $1.5 million, so with views like that, you know Boitano is sitting on a gold mine. Additionally, Boitano is a fan of traveling, whether it's to lounge during sunsets in Mexico, soaking up the sun, or snorkeling in Hawaii, dining in Italy, or spending time closer to home in his boat. No matter what LeBron James does, people will continue to bestow on Michael Jordan the hard-earned title of greatest of all time. In addition to leading the Chicago Bulls to a whopping 6 championship titles, Jordan also helped bring home the Olympic gold medal twice, including as part of the legendary 1992 Dream Team. The man was truly singular in his talent, and he also stands alone in his wealth. You'll win nothing for guessing that Jordan is worth a lot of money, but you might not be prepared to hear just how big the number is. Forbes estimates the baller is worth $1.6 billion. That's billion with a B. That's why Jordan can afford to own the Charlotte Hornets and co-owns a NASCAR team, among plenty of other assets. In addition to that, Jordan is the owner of not 2, not 3, but 5 homes in the United States. There's his sprawling estate in Jupiter, Florida, his 2 homes in North Carolina, his mountainside abode in Park City, Utah, and his 56,000 square foot mansion in the Chicago suburbs. When Jordan wants to go back and forth from his homes, he has his trusty custom-painted private jet to count on. With all of this in mind, it's safe to say that out of all the athletes who have been to the Olympics, Michael Jordan's life is by far the most lavish. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite Olympic athletes are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.